This tutorial is all about the Island Montessori newsletter that you'll receive from teachers updating you about the week ahead. You'll always be able to access the newsletter on the Google Classroom website for each teacher. The newsletter tab is where it will be housed and updated weekly. Let's click on our newsletter tab and see what we have to offer. The monthly newsletter is composed of a few things. The first important thing that you'll find on the newsletter is the agenda, followed by, at the bottom, notes for the week and notable works for the week. Let's click on each of these newsletters and see what each section holds. The agenda piece is an important piece for teachers, parents, and students. In the Bitmoji classrooms for students, they'll have a copy of this very same agenda. You can see that this agenda is designed to help students navigate through work and give them another route to be able to find and begin their work. Each of these is labeled with a picture, which is also the same item and work found in the classroom. For example, if a student is going to be working on bird work, then this same bird is found in their Bitmoji classroom, and this here links to that same work. So you as a parent can preview the works ahead, and students, when they're working each week and each day of the week, be able to find it within the classroom and search for it. All of these links are ready and live for you when they're posted within the classrooms. In addition, you'll see that all the meetings for morning meetings and Zoom lessons are also going to be scheduled ahead of time so that you know when they're up and coming within the week. Teachers will be sure to hyperlink the Zoom here for you to be able to click on and directly be able to go to the meetings when they occur. Students can also choose to get to Zoom meetings from within their classrooms or within their Google calendars. Either way, there's multiple ways for parents and students to be able to attend Zoom meetings and find that link. They'll also be updated weekly on what is happening in their specials within that agenda. The important takeaways from the agenda is you have access to it within the newsletter. Students have access to it within their Bitmoji classrooms. The work is in the classrooms, and the work is also linked here. The Zoom links are here and also within the Google Classroom, also in the Google Calendar. Many ways to get there. At the bottom of the newsletter, you'll see notable works and notes. Teachers will be using these sections to give you a little bit of a heads up on some certain things. In the notes section, there'll be any changes and alerts that are most important. For example, this week there's a cooking activity, so I wanted to let you know that in the cooking activity, students are asked to cut apples. Within that activity, it has been told that they need to first view the assignment and then have a conversation with you when they can make this recipe and use the knife to cut the apples. Also, below that, I'm letting you know that there's an art assignment and some science experiments that are options. And if they'd like to, they can do them, but you might need some supplies ahead of time. Then there's notable works. Notable works is a little bit of how we can help give a spirit of the Montessori educator to you, our families. Sometimes we're going to put works on here that do require a little bit of Montessori encouragement. You might see your student have a bit of a productive struggle, one of our favorite things in Montessori, but it means that there's concentration and work happening. And we just want you to know how to keep encouraging that process. Or there might be a work that takes a little bit extra time. We're going to let you know about that here too. In addition, some other reasons that a teacher might place a notable work here is because perhaps it's using a new tool that the student has never used before. And we'll give you a heads up here so that if you want to, you can kind of navigate it ahead of time so that your student feels comfortable when they do the work. That's everything that you're going to find in the newsletter. As a quick recap, in your newsletter, there's the agenda that links you to the works and the links to the meetings, gives you a heads up. Students also have access to this agenda in their Bitmoji classroom. At the bottom are important notes for things that you need to be aware of in the classroom or any changes, as well as notable works for the week. Notable works for the week will be sure to document for you anything that can help you model Montessori at home as best we can advise you to. You can access this newsletter from the Island Montessori classroom websites under the newsletter tab. Once teachers have updated this for the week ahead, you'll be sure to get a school cues text message saying, hey, check the website, we've updated it for you. And that's a quick recap of the newsletter.